Nimewamisi sana. While I was away, I'm told that a lot of things have happened.
Ikiwemo the 5th.
Wajakoya.
Unaona kama ataweza?
Tayari yaweza. You know, is bringing in a new conversation, and what this country needs is a new conversation. Whether he will be voted in or not, Kenyans will decide on the 9th. But at least he has brought in a new conversation.
You have no idea. According to the numbers,
yes,
wanasema baba akona milioni ngapi?
At the moment, baba anatabiriwa kuwa na kama milioni 8. Yes. Hustler wanasema kuna kama milioni ngapi? 6 hivi.
6.
Yeah,
8 plus 6.
8 plus 6, that's 14 million.
From 55 million unapata ngapi?
Ukipunguza voters,
the total population
ni around 58 million.
58 million.
Yes.
So minus 14.
Yes.
Hawa wengine unajua ni undecided, ndio wanangoja new conversation.
No, also your voters, they are kids below 18 years.
How many are they?
They are the majority. They are almost 37 million.
37.
Yes.
Change ni ngapi? Bado hakuna vile utaniruka kwa hili.
You know, the whole demographics about our elections is like now, most of the voters are youthful voters, people who are between the ages of 18 and 20 and 32. 18 and 32. So either way, those will leverage on the youthful vote, because the next president will be decided by the youth. Because guys between 18 to 32, yes, I'm very sure, form almost 75% of the voters. 75%, it's not a small number. So whoever will appeal and appease to this young blood, boom. So on Wajakoya's case, my take is I love the conversation he has brought. It's new, it's fresh. If anything, even if he doesn't merit, rather is not elected, the next government should consider some of his ideas so that they incorporate him into a ministry maybe.
All right.
Yeah, he is revolutionary. And he's well learned. By the way, he's my kinsman. He comes from Matungu constituency.
Welcome back, lakini. Welcome back.
Good. I'm happy to
Tulikuwa tumekumiss.
Hey, mimi ndio nimewamiss sana. Our great people,
you know, like
the entire team.
People were asking where did we to go to?
Yes.
Nikamwambia. Karibu niwaambie kitu, but wacha nicheze chini.
Ukusema?
Sikusema. Walionea kwa mtandao wengine kwamba this guy,
yes,
used to be single.
And now
he must be double or something. All right.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. Kama haujui, enda kwa page za Word Cafe hapo chini, utakuta viti, it does something strange. Yeah.
And the 5th will shock you in all those strange things. The 5th, so hakikisha umeifuatilia yote. The 1st, the 2nd up to the 5th.
All right.
Yes.
Karibu.
Asante. Nafurahi nimerudi nyumbani. They say home is where the heart is, and the heart is at Word Cafe. Yes.
Word Cafe.
Good.
I'm interested in knowing this kind of people that I should avoid. These people that I don't need, you know. We are in a society surrounded by a lot of people.
True.
Either at the place of work, nyumbani, mahali unaishi, mahali umezaliwa, shuleni. But actually, I realize you don't need all these people.
Absolutely.
Kindly help us to trim these people that we don't need down.
Fantastic. This is a very beautiful conversation that we are going to have. Possibly that's why I'm even crossing my legs. Because when you you know, psychologically, when you're doing a serious conversation, you are actually subconsciously just going to find yourself crossing the leg. And I believe this will be a conversation that builds all of us, both the team here and our viewers. And I want to start by saying, generally, there are a lot of people whom you will not need to have in the journey of life and also in the journey to become successful. Why? If you say you're going, I don't know if you've ever hiked a mountain. Have you? Mountain hiking?
Yeah, village mountains.
Oh, those are Mulukongo. Anyway,
Yeah.
So when you go mountaineering, ideally you will want to have as limited baggage as possible. You know, like whatever you're carrying on the backpack and everything. So it's the same thing when you want to move to a higher place. In this particular case, doing well in life and attaining your ideals.
Yes.
You will need to travel light. So in traveling light, you have to siphon and, you know, sieve through the various people who are around us. And the reality is now as an adult
Beva is in Nairobi and is very keen on this.
Bevelin.
Yes.
Bevelin.
She's in Nairobi and she's very keen on this.
Watching from Nairobi. Welcome. So let me go straight.
And pole and very straight.
Let me go straight. The first person, or rather the first bunch of people I'll propose that we all don't need in our journey of progress is what you call the naysayers. The naysayers.
Kwa Kiswahili?
Kwa Kiswahili ni watu zumburukutu. Director yacheka pale. But let's remain with let's remain with the naysayers. You can Google naysayers, but basically let me break it down.
Can I Google?
I'm breaking it down. I don't know if Google is in Swahili. You know, right now the way we are even speaking Swahili is changing. You've heard of the nakulombotov things, nakuting-ting, nakuzumburukutu.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Word Cafe kwa Facebook na YouTube.
Yes. Good.
Tuko Bustani, by the way.
Home of pizza. I've missed their pizzas.
The naysayers.
The naysayers. Now, these are people who will always throw water on whatever you tell them. Say you are talking to them, they're around you, and you're telling them, you know, in 2032, I want to contest to be governor, and that's why I'm actually finalizing my degree now. They'll be, haiwezekani bana, kwenda huko. I mean, I'm having a 10-year plan. I'm telling them, I'm doing this so that in 2032, when I contest and I'm going to IEBC, my degrees will not, or rather my qualifications will not be put in jeopardy.
They'll not be challenged.
They'll not be challenged. So a naysayer comes in as any person who will throw water on your dreams, on your aspirations. They will make you feel like you are somebody who can't achieve growth. They will put doubts on you in your head. You do not need a naysayer.
Naysayers.
Yes, you don't need such people. They will always make you doubt.
The moment
you know,
you hatch an idea,
they throw shade on it, they throw water on it, they tell you, oh, there are many people doing M-Pesa business. Oh, there are many people doing the clothing business. There are many people having hospitals. There are many people having operating salons. And I mean, they will just make you feel like you are getting into a field that's already overcrowded, that your idea is not merited, that your idea is not good. Ladies and gentlemen, you do not need to hang around naysayers. Drop them very fast. Avoid them.
Jose Olumasai.
Yes.
Anasema vititi my guy. Welcome back.
Kwa niaba yako mkubwa. Kwa niaba yako nimekupa kwa niaba yako.
Anasema welcome back.
Yes, thank you Pasi. We are happy we're finally here. It's been a minute. I'm glad to be back. Yes.
The naysayers.
Yes. Ni watu ambao watakuvuta
Do we have them in our society?
A lot in our families. Don't even go to the society, they are even there in the family. So in the situation where they're there in the family, what you need to do is to avoid their shade. And you have to tell yourself, like, I know who I am. You know that song? I know who I am. We are a generation. Knowing who
kwa
you are.
Kanisa yako ambayo wewe ni pastor, washiriki ni kama wakaendelea.
So just knowing that there are people, and you'll always identify them because they'll poke onto your ideas. So in essence, don't even share with them. Let them see your result. You just go ahead with your conviction and do you.
Avoid the naysayers.
Avoid the naysayers.
With all means.
Possible.
Whatever cost.
Possible.
Even if it means running away.
Run. Spend very little time with them. If you can't avoid them, spend very little time with them. But when you're around them, talk about the weather, talk about just the other normal things. Football, but don't talk about projects.
Wajakoya.
Yes, that one. Don't talk about projects because they'll just make you feel like you are making a wrong decision.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
The second bunch.
The second bunch I will propose, because these are conversations we are having, and our listeners and viewers can also join into this conversation. You can type in the in the comment section on what you think about the proposals we are making. But most importantly, you can also share some of the people you know you don't need. Maybe you've already removed them from your baggage. The second bunch of people I'll propose is the liars. The liars. Why the liars? You see, mtu akiwa ni mwongo hautawahi kujua kama yakueleza mambo ya ukweli ama la. So liars are a bunch of people who they will never be truthful with you. You know, they will never be truthful with you. So these are people who will consistently lie about themselves, lie about what they do, lie about the person that they are. So even when they're around you, you will never know whether to believe them or not. And in most cases, they will not tell you the truth. And you see, in this journey of life, you need a few people around you who are truthful, who will tell you the way it is. Liars will come and only massage your ego, tell you things to make you feel better. And at the end of the day, they are not helping you. You see, we want people around us who can be critical, but also loving. Critical, but truthful, telling you as it is, you know, such that you've noted something in me that probably you would wish I corrected. Tell me. Don't just come, VTT, you see, I just love what you do. No. Yes, you love what I do, but maybe you've noted a problem in my processes. When you are truthful and tell me as it is, you are somebody who is championing for growth. You are somebody who is championing for progression. So we need truthful people around us, you know, because there's always that angle when a truthful person speaks to you that you don't even know you have. Some of us are products of people who are able to listen to us and spot something in us, and we had not identified it, but they came and like, VTT, have you ever considered doing this? And you're like, what? I mean, the way you speak, the way you write, the way you play ball, the way you act, the way you make people laugh. Have you ever considered being a comedian? And people have sprouted out of that. Because somebody saw something in somebody.
Watu wa kusema ukweli.
Ukweli. Na akakueleza hapana, una talanta buda. Ule uwezo unao. Wewe ni mcheshi mzuri. Wewe ukijaribu uchoraji mwanangu utaweza. Kama ni wewe umechora hii portrait. With your voice, I heard you today in church, in the choir. Have you ever considered doing your own songs? Those are truthful people.
That you need.
You need.
A lot of them.
A lot of them. Or not these liars who will, hata hii sauti yako. Hii huwezi enda.
What if sauti si nzuri na mtu anakuambia unaweza?
Ndio hao liars. Ndio hao liars.
Akwambie tu mazee.
Akwambie ukweli yenyewe vini uimbaji si yako. You remember Judge Ian in the Tusker Project Fair? He used to be very truthful, blatant. He got a lot of hate and love in equal measure. Why? He was truthful.
Kwambia
boss, you go back to teaching. Hii usanii huwezi. No, there's something there. There is something there. You just need to polish it up. Yes. That's the reality. We need people like that. People who will be able to tell you very clearly,
kwamba hii bucha unafungua,
yes,
si mambo yako.
Si mambo yako. Na hata tayari, I mean, either ulete consultant or rather a mentor who is already in the butchery business to guide you. But the way I'm seeing you're doing this now, I don't think this will work unless you do ABC. Bring a mentor to to guide you through. Maybe they have a butcher, they have a small retail shop, they are already in consultancy. Who will guide you? You know?
Mimi nakusikia.
So let us avoid liars. By the way, who wants to have liars around? Who? Kuna mtu anataka kuwa surrounded by liars? You want to be surrounded by people who are very, very straightforward. And this bunch of people we are calling liars, we could easily say again, they are fake people. So in short, avoid liars, avoid fake people. Now wapo.
How will I know this person is fake?
Mtu fake ni mtu ambaye utamu-establish over time kwamba vitu ambavyo pengine anasema they don't hold water even with him or her. They are so cosmetic about themselves.
Kama mganga ako category gani?
Mganga ni fake. Wewe unaniambia utanipa utajiri na wewe si tajiri. Sasa si wewe ni mtu fake. Mtu mbwakni. Andrew Kibe will say mtu lambistic.
Thank God ulitoka kwa ualimu. Hizi ndio vitu ungekuwa unafunza?
No. Bado hata tunapofanya mazungumzo kama tuna hamasishana. We are sensitizing each other.
All right.
Yes.
So I avoid
naysayers, then avoid the liars.
Then the fake.
No, the liars and the fake are in one category. So liars, fake, tuwaweke mamoja.
Okay.
The third group ni watu ambao tunawaita entitled people. Na najua mnawajua. The entitled people. These are people, senior, who everything surrounds them. You bring a discussion, same as tunaanza kuzungumzia siasa, now that is a hot topic around. They will want to take away that conversation and behave like they know everything about politics in this country. Come and talk about, say, innovation, tech, science. They again grab, no, you know, everything they want to know.
You want to talk about Dubai?
They have been in Dubai several times. You talk about now the World Cup going to Abu Dhabi. Is it Qatar?
They are the one who planted the grass.
In fact, they'll tell you when the Golden Cup was landing at JKI, they were there. In fact, I was just close to the CS Sports. You know, after we had a conversation.
If anything is played in World Cup 1.
You see, entitled. Everything is about them. Those are people who will never give you an idea because everything is about them. Everything surrounds around them. So entitled people are a bunch of people that you're supposed to avoid. In fact, they will always make you feel like a loser.
Oh.
Yeah, so they will...
Inferior.
That's the word, inferior. They will always drain you. Drain you. And you know, we need people who can invigorate you, give you energy. You come, say you are doubtful at it. Bwana Fred, Red House production will be the next big production in this county. They fire you up. And not just in a fake manner. They will go ahead and tell you how. Propose steps how. But entitled people, it's they operate with the creed me, myself, and I. So everything is about them, them. When you try to bring in something, they cut it off. Say you are even discussing some business idea. They wouldn't take the direction of agreement. So they will shift it to suit them, to suit the person that they are, because almost everything around them is entitlement, and that's really people, or rather, these are people that you truly do not need around yourself.
Bwana Isaac,
yes,
is watching.
From where?
Anafuatilia haya mambo, hajasema ana watch kutoka wapi.
Good.
Kini yuko mtandaoni ana watch.
Bwana Isaac, big up. We appreciate you. Happy Father's Day wherever you are.
Father's Day.
Yes.
Hey, Father's
By the way, tulianza kwa kutambuliza kwamba leo ni siku ya kina baba.
Does it matter?
It does.
Where?
Fathers are the shoulders upon which the entire society stands on.
They used to be.
Even now, you can never negate the value of a father.
Najua jana nimekutana na mrembo moja na akasema kwamba yuko busy kazini. So anaingia mapema anatoka late. Nikamwambia dada, you are on the right track. Zamani boy child angelipia mpenziwe rent kama imemlemea. Leo
yes,
hey, msichana usipojikakamua umeisha.
Fine, I agree. Our ladies are empowered, and if anything, that's why you realize even when we are celebrating Mother's Day, there's so much razzmatazz around. Unfortunately, on Father's Day, there's so much buzz. We need. It's not that we don't. Only that society has nurtured it that way.
Do you know what it means? Leo toka hapa nje. Hey, let's celebrate Father's Day. Do you know what it means?
What will it mean?
Petrol imepanda, my friend.
Our minister in church challenged the wives and the sisters and you know, spouses to take their husbands out.
Leo,
go treat them.
Watoe pesa. Yeah. Are you new to this thing?
Many of the ladies who are watching us right now, would you take your guy out
to
celebrate them as the good fathers they are? Talk to us.
Kuna fathers wanakuja na gazeti nyumbani.
Lakini
aone tu TV hakuna lale.
Kwa kiwango kikubwa, we have a lot of good fathers out there. I was looking at some memes, and you know Kenyans are very good at memes. And these memes were sharing fathers at their workplaces, cutting across grave diggers, mortuary morticians to top corporate and presidents, executives. And you know, you will be able to see the spectrum of what fathers do to ensure that families run. And the reality is fathers are playing a significant role.
But
so we celebrate you, all fathers.
Share some. Niko na vitu hapa zile as the opposite of what fathers go through. Akifika nyumbani.
Okay. Things that are not so good.
Paka ukiambiwa happy Father's Day, unataka kuisikia ukiwa chini ya miti nje, not in the house.
Which is unfortunate. and that's why we are being challenged, and the ladies listening to us, wives, really, you need to equally treat your husbands right.
Maybe daughters.
Of course, daughters will treat their fathers, but we are also saying for the wives.
We advocate too for the daughters.
Treat baba zao vizuri.
Maybe utaponea hapo.
Okay, so sons, treat your fathers right. Daughters, treat your fathers right. Wives as well. As much
treat
as
your fathers.
Treat your
fathers.
Hubbies right. They are the fathers to your children. Habari ndio hiyo. Habari ndio hiyo. Tuendelee.
Kulikuwa na mimi. There's a father, there's a husband.
Yes.
They are all falling from a high rock. You can only save one.
There's a father and there is a husband.
A husband, yes.
Your father, that is, and your husband.
Yeah.
They are both falling from a rock.
But you can only save one.
Go ahead.
Unangoja jibu.
It's a tricky one, but at the end of the day, one has to be saved.
Tuende kwa watu watuhitaji.
Good. We've talked of the naysayers. We've talked of the fake, the liars.
The liars and fake.
We've talked of the entitled as well.
The entitled.
Good. I want to propose that we also do not need dramatic people. Dramatic people.
Who are these?
These are guys who they are full of shenanigans, full of drama. Oh, drama. Si unaelewa ni kama video, ni kama drama. Yeah, kind of thing. Ni kama video, kama drama.
Shenanigans.
Yeah, shenanigans meaning, you know, things that are unnecessary. These are people who they spoil it for you.
Okay.
They are
kidogo ashaanguka na keki ya bibi harusi.
You see? They like suffer from attention deficiency. So they always want, again, so much attention around them. These are people, they come to a corporate event.
Ashachukua
mic.
Inawasalimia. Niko area.
I mean, niko area. Ashakuja pale, yani
VTT anapiga show mara.
Unamjua yule. You know, cheza chini. Don't be dramatic, be calm, you know?
Ni kama hujui hata kama unajua.
Hata kama unajua, kuwa nadhifu, wanasema Waswahili. You know, we want people around ourselves who are anchors.
Hata kama ananijua,
yes,
tukiwa naye kwa watu,
yes,
ni kama
hatujuani. Play it easy. Yani you will be easy even around me. You will be easy when conversations are going on. You will be rational where people are discussing serious matters. You will not want to pull a stunt. You've been invited to an outing or to an event and you want to eat until you vomit.
Kwa mara nyingi sio yeye amealikwa, yule aliyealikwa ameenda naye.
Yes, I've carried you along.
Nataka kukaa mbele na pia nitoe mkono nje. Nisalimie watu.
Until now, you see, you start denting my image. Your dramas overshadow maybe the whole perspective of why are we maybe in that particular meeting, in that particular conference, in that particular room, on that table. Your dramas will make people forget even on things you discussed, and people just unakumbuka ule jamaa
ule mtu alikuja naye
kelele, the guy just
bia moja
ameongea, and most of the things you're saying are not making sense.
Ushaambia watu vile anakujua.
Paka anaweza kusema vitu vyako ambavyo watu wastahili kujua. You know? So we have to be very careful.
Kama bwana tulikuwa naye pamoja.
Yes. Unajua, whenever we are around people, you want to ensure that your respect has been maintained. Dramatic people have a way of taking away your that respect. So that even the way people will look at you, they'll be like, but Bwana Fred is always a respectable person, but today, this guy that he came with, what was his problem? Is he mentally challenged or something? Now you see, they shift conversations from the main things that people should remember and talk about. They now bring in secondary items. Say, for example, you've taken a proposal. And instead of now the proposal being discussed, this particular person, because it's dramatic or she's dramatic, makes the conversation shift from the key thing, which is the proposal that you're sharing to get business, to now maybe misbehaviors of this particular person. So dramatic people are people that need to be avoided. It reaches a point and a time in life where we do not need drama.
Acha nkurudishe nyuma. Beva anasema, daughters see what the mothers do. Hakuna ujanja.
Ni ukweli, daughters observe what the mothers do, but I know
in this case, mothers wapeleke fathers out.
Yes. Treat your hubby.
Beva, ungetuambia unatazama ukiwa joint gani?
Mko restaurant gani?
Morale tu, ni park gani, ni morale ama nyumbani.
It could be at home and you treat your hubby to a beautiful
no problem.
Sumptuous meal.
Chini wamekataa watu wa Kierere. You dramatic people. Cheza chini. Usiandike lolote.
Yes.
Pretend you have no drama kwa hii show.
Awe tu wako sawa.
Yes.
No, we don't want dramatic people.
They are not good.
They're not good because
you can imagine uende sherehe then utoke tu na jina mbaya kwa sababu
ya rafiki yako ambao wewe umemthamini ama wewe mwenyewe pia. But remember, we are looking at people you don't need.
Yes.
So you are good yourself, but then you are surrounded by a dramatic person.
Or you are a dramatic person yourself, and you don't need another dramatic person.
I mean, remember these guys who even they will go for a party. Ambao lazima wapigane. They'll just reach there and somehow somebody will jilt them kidogo.
Hiyo nimeona sana, especially political
Watu wameanza unaona mtu ameanza kushikana matai.
Zamani pia ilikuwa kwa football.
Sana.
Yani watu
kusipopiganwa wakati wa mechi,
mechi
haijaisha. That drama is not necessary.
It's not.
And you remember, like, even on the football arena, it will shift the conversation from the magnificent game that was played to now this shenanigan that was being done. So tunasahau kwamba mechi hii ilichezwa vizuri, kuna wachezaji walibobea, but tutakumbuka venye ule you remember, like, when unfortunately I think it was one of the World Cups, and the legend Zinedine Zidane decided to
that
go,
is all we remember.
I mean, and yet in that World Cup, a lot of France played good games.
We don't remember France having won the World Cup before.
But we remember Zinedine.
We remember the headache.
The drama. The heading.
See headache.
He headed the dude.
All right.
Perfect example. Many years ago. You remember that match, but we remember that particular incident.
I even don't remember the year, but I remember the.
Even now, you can flash and see the image of this tall guy and drama. It's dramatic. You don't need that. You'll make people talk about secondary things instead of people talking about primary things.
Kama ya Mike Tyson.
Kukula mtu sikio. Drama. We have come to watch a bout. Then you are turning into a cannibal.
You remind me of a very good nisemaje, mzalendo mzuri ambaye alikuwa mama wa taifa, amefanya mengi, kuna paka hospitali named after her.
Yes.
Lakini drama.
Unakumbuka?
Kwa Media House.
My family.
Drama.
Yes. May they rest in peace. But I believe our viewers, our listeners, you are able to capture this.
To connect.
You know, a dramatic person shifts the attention from the main
from the
to
good,
the minor,
from the good
to the ugly,
the worst,
yes,
the ugliest.
Exactly. So, kaput. Avoid them like avoid dramatic people. They'll soil your good name. They will.
Na kama uko naye for life.
Kama uko naye hapo sasa ni huwa kizungumkuti. Because I know there are wives who have married. Let me start with wives. There are wives who have married dramatic husbands. Equally, there are husbands who have married dramatic wives. Now, my advice will be this.
Parental advice.
Yes. I'm proposing. I'll give a proposal. You need to be honest with each other. And that's why you said you also don't want liars and fakes. So because you don't want a liar and a fake in your life, and you realize, hey, my sweetheart, you are very dramatic. Mkaishe chini in a good way when the mood is right, and pick. Yeah, the mood has to be right so that they take it positively, and pick on those attributes that you don't like that make them dramatic. No, lazima tuzungumzie ingine moja. The manipulators.
Hapo kwa dramatic.
Yes.
Nilifikiria uta-advise watu.
Si nimewa-advise watu wakae waongeleshani.
No.
You know,
kama uko married to a dramatic person,
yes,
either you are the husband or you are the wife.
Yes.
In your family house ama compound, find a corner. Inaitwa retreat center.
Then
ukiona drama imezidi,
enda huko.
Enda kwa center.
Mpatanie hapo.
Hapana,
wewe ukae hapo. Wakuache na amani yako. Yeah, I agree with that proposal.
Will it help?
It will. In some situations, that's why you see men having a room in their house known as a man cave. Why do you think most of us want to have man caves? So that when the heat is on, you just take yourself to the man cave until the temperatures are okay. But that is normally not the best option. My best option will be sit either as a wife as a husband and point out those things that you feel are dramatic.
A dramatic person will not point these things to you. He or she will point it to the neighbors. Hata kama mmefunga mlango, watajua. If we could avoid them.
Now, for most we can. Because for most, like now, even for guys who are dating and maybe they're listening to us, you see, don't imagine that the person you are dating will just change.
No.
Yes, people do change sometimes in some circumstances.
If anything, they change for the worse.
Actually, unfortunately, few change for the good. So if you notice some dramatic tendencies in your dating phase,
mbaya kama hajaoa na tangu aoe.
Wapo najua kadhaa walibadilika kwa uzuri na saini watu ni kama let me give an easy example where people can relate. There these guys who were very erratic and dramatic in their 20s. Now as they get into their mid 30s, you realize somebody has realized all this drama is not necessary, so they tone down, and you meet them next time and like, Vititi, is that really you? Calm, collected. It happens. Yes, because again, there's a way age deals with us and cuts away our drama. But unfortunately, we have people who are past 50 and they are still dramatic. They're there. And my proposal still remains: sit down with these people if you can't avoid them, because we have looked at the scenario where some cannot be avoided. For those that cannot be avoided, talk to them calmly, point out in a very loving manner that ABC huwa inatuaibisha, achana nayo kwa njia nzuri, and even propose to them newer habits, yes, that they can adopt. That will really help.
Burudia juu atu watu gani na gani?
I wanted to talk about the manipulators. It's very important because I'm very sure our viewers will want to hear a little bit about why we should avoid manipulators. Manipulators are those people who are around you for the gain they will get,
not for what they will put
onto that table. Remember, we started by looking at avoiding naysayers. So just like naysayers, manipulators are not keen on your growth. Manipulators are keen on what they can get from you. That is where their relationship starts and ends. As long as they can get from you stuff, they will manipulate you into thinking they care about you. But the moment they get what they want from you,
help us to know these people.
Perfect example. There are guys who are always drawing from you. They are never putting back anything. Just audit yourself. You'll realize there are people who, whenever they call you, whenever they text you, whenever you meet, they are always asking for something. Vini msaidina kuandika hii proposal, unamsaidia. Vini uko na template ya invoice, so ideally these are people you are always giving them either service or things you are supporting them.
Politician unapigianga tu kura
bas baadaye anasahau. But kwa hali zetu za kidogo kwenye familia, kwenye makazi, hawa ni watu ukiangalia hawezi kukupigia simu wa kusalimu mcheke. Vinina kwamba bana Fred, you have some lose 5k
wako
nitarudisha asubuhi.
Hao wako.
So they are always manipulating, and they will make you feel like really they care about you, because they know every time they switch that plug, you deliver. Switch, you deliver. Switch, you try, flip it and do it. A friend of mine did it, and it gave him, I wouldn't say shocking results, but it showed him the truth of the people he had surrounded himself. There was a time he created an emergency and he told some of the closest friends that he needed some 35,000. That there was an emergency that had happened. There was somebody in the Hosi, and this bill was needed like ASAP, and he didn't have the money. He called 20 of his then loyal friends, those he considered loyal people around him, the people who hung around him most of the time. Only one person sent him 20k. They are friends to date. The rest had excuses from here to Zaire.
How ndio unafuta kwa simu?
He didn't have the problem. He just wanted to do this social experiment.
He realized he had only one friend.
Out of the 20, only one remained.
He only needs that one.
Only that one. Because this dude was like, hey, Buddha, I'm not so liquid, but I have some 20k. I'm sending it right away. Number ni ile ile. Pap. Try it. You will know the manipulators around you.
Acha nianze kupiga.
Just try it. You will know the manipulators around you who pledge their allegiance that Fred, we are with you. Saisi, you are...
Nianze kupiga.
Yes.
Unaniruhusu.
Piga. Tukimaliza show. So I propose that we should also avoid manipulators. And in most cases, you'll have gotten glimpses of manipulators. So some are very smart, though. You remember, like, when Bitange Demo lost his, rather, he was out of government and as a CS information technology. And when he was speaking on Engage, what did he say? He realized he had around very many manipulators around him. They were only there for the honey, because he was a big shot in government. When he stopped being in that office, all his 4 phones stopped buzzing. Why? He was surrounded by manipulators. People who want to be around you, buy you coffee because they know you'll give them a tender. Now that they know you don't have powers to give them that tender, they disappear. We don't need manipulators. Yeah.
These are people around us.
For most cases. They even know us very well. They know what makes Fred tick. They know what makes VTT tick. They know what makes our director tick. And they will be very good. They'll be very calculating. So that if you are not keen, you will think they are genuine with you. So the only way to determine them is you will realize, for the better part, manipulators are one-sided. They are ever wanting.
Mimi ndio nimejitupa kwa hii show nikajileta kusikiza. How many people do you think I should... Anyway, umenihesabia?
Naysayers.
Naysayers.
Entitled.
Fake
liars.
And liars.
Yes. Now we have been talking about manipulators.
Kuna huyu mwingine umesahau au jina ngumu.
Oh, hii imekuwa jina gani mbona tunasahau?
Ndio nakwambia useme majina rahisi.
Sijataja jina yote
moja ngumu.
Tutaikumbuka tukiendelea kuzungumza.
Kwa kizungu watu wa drama umesemaje?
Oh, the dramatic people.
Afadhali hiyo.
Ndio hao. The dramatic.
Kuna ingine sijui inaanza iko na
ile ya shenanigans. Wachana na hiyo. Wachana nayo.
Tunasikia hata kusema mpaka ukue huna some teeth.
No.
So hawa ni watu tuko nao kwa society, tuko nao kazini, tuko nao kwa simu, kwa phone book.
Wanatuzunguka.
Ndio wamejaa kwa Facebook friends.
Walisema,
you can imagine. Mimi niko na 5,000 friends kwa Facebook.
On Facebook. Yeah.
Msiseme hiyo.
Endelea.
Nimewacha.
Now, let me pick, say, a platform like Facebook. Facebook is a social platform. It's a social media.
Social join.
It's a social. It's a place where people share their socialness. You are not having friends. Those are associates. Friends, yes, you could get friends on Facebook who end up becoming real friends to you on real life.
Whom you might know.
Yes. And they are close to you and they are real friends to you. They are very few. If you have 5,000, maybe you have 3 friends.
That is percentage, yeah?
At a 0 equate. I mean, so most of them are just there for the social connection, which is a beautiful thing. But don't imagine now that I have 5,000 people, you will equally have them as a social capital to you. Yes, others will. And we've seen people getting business on social media, Instagram. Today we are having the rise of influencers, content marketers. How are they becoming big? Because they have a big family online. So this online family is beautiful. But you cannot have it as a set of people who will come and bail you out in your times of trouble. You cannot depend on them. if they turn out and they come and support well and good, it's just a plus. It's just a plus.
Before we end,
yes,
nataka unisaidie urafiki wa Mheshimiwa Rais na urafiki wa baina ya Mheshimiwa Rais na deputy wake. Ilikuwa ni urafiki wa aina gani?
My take is this. These are just my 2 cents.
Yani ni wa kisiasa ndio.
In 2013, their friendship was purely based out of circumstance. So it was a circumstantial association.
Okay.
I am even careful not to call it friendship. It was a circumstantial association.
Okay.
But let it not be lost from our memories that they had worked before together under KANU in 2002. So even before 2002, probably they had known each other, and there was already that element of association. So they have associated. In 2013, because of their now association as head of state and deputy, it was political.
It was political.
It was a political marriage out of the convenience of the day.
The reason I raised this,
yes,
we're seeing people this year they are together, next year they are not together. And you know, we come from a society where we learn from these great leaders.
Yes.
What should they maybe teach the society? What should they do?
Okay. In politics, unfortunately, politics will always remain. It's an arena of interests.
That again.
It not really that interests. Hapa pwani tunasema siasa ni maslahi. So it's interest. Interests keep changing and keep shifting. Okay. Now we are seeing a ticket where these guys couldn't see eye to eye in 2007, 2008. Karua and Baba. But now they are seeing eye to eye. Interests are the same. So what our political leaders need to purposefully put before Kenyans is competence and integrity. I believe that is where the largest mistake is. But on the case of people we don't need, let us always avoid those people that will reduce us instead of add us. Any association is supposed to be complementary. Once you realize an association you have, a friendship you have is one-sided, run away. Run very fast. And where you can't run, you have to learn to readjust and have hard conversations with those people so that you can read from the same script. It is possible. It is possible. Because as long as you read from the same script, you will move in the same direction. But if you are pulling from different angles, then it can't work. So cutting across, the naysayers, avoid them. The fake, the liars, avoid them. The dramatic, avoid them. The entitled, avoid them. The manipulators, avoid them.
Period.
Done.
Malizana na show.
Thank you, our honored guests of Word Cafe. We thank you. Once again, we
anza tu vizuri. Anza tu tena vizuri.
Okay, honored viewers, Word Cafe. We take this opportunity to thank you for tuning in, and we just want to remind you, those of us listening in from Mombasa, you can always come to beautiful Bustan, the home of pizza, good offers, sumptuous delicacies, good prices as well. Najua kamfuko kanafinywa na economy, bado hapa prices hazijapanda, so you can always be able to enjoy. But most importantly, let's remain progressive, and we are looking forward to getting better by the day, because this is our country and we are the people to make it good, and it starts with how we live, each one of us in our small families, then into the bigger society. We love you all, and we wish you nothing but the very best. As I said from the beginning, I'm back. I'm proud to be back, and keep tuning in and let this conversation continue. It's yours truly, Vincent the Trainer, aka Mr. Fantastic.
Fantastic yenye
kabisa.
Kwaheri.
Adios.